Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. I hope that everybody's doing well and staying safe. What I wanted to talk about today was miscarriages. I myself had two of them. I was close to 6 months when I had the first loss, and everybody knew I was pregnant. But with the second one, no one knew that I was. I remember the overwhelming loss. It was like a piece of my soul was gone with the baby. Yes, I call it a baby. For others, it may be different, but for me, that was how it was. The pregnancy, where I was almost 6 months, was going well. I had all good checkups. Baby's heartbeat sounded good. It was growing, nothing bad to report. One day, walking around at work, I felt water coming out of my vagina. I knew I didn't pee myself. It was a different kind of feeling, water, whatever you want to say, different kind of feeling. Two of my friends were with me, and we went straight to the nurse's station. They waited with me for the EMTs to get there. I was very, very upset. I was so scared because I knew something was wrong. So I went to the ER, and they looked for a heartbeat, and no one would tell me anything. My doctor came in to check on me. He checked for the baby's heartbeat, and then he did an ultrasound. He didn't say a word the whole time, just patted my leg and said, "It will all be okay." But I knew better. Then he left the room for a minute or two, seemed like an eternity. He came back in and said really softly that the baby had died. That was my water that had broke, and nothing could be done now other than to get the baby out. It didn't come out on its own. I felt no pain other than the pain from this horrible loss. Everything was like a cloud for me. I remember being admitted. They told me I'd have to be induced, and I was shocked. Like, why? And if it was a miscarriage, why do I have to go through labor? So I was really scared now. I didn't want to have to go through the pain of having a baby and the end result being no baby. I called my kids and my boyfriend to let them know what was going on. I spoke to my mom. She flew down there to be with me. I don't remember talking to anyone. I just remember them being there. So I was waiting in my bed for the Pitocin to work, but nothing so far. It seemed like it was forever. I felt like I had to go to the restroom, so I went. And as I sat, the baby came out. I knew it was because I felt it. And that hurt me so very much. I felt so alone and I felt empty. I'd been sharing my body with this little person, and now it was gone. I paged the nurse. She told me, "Don't flush the toilet." They came and walked me back to bed, and then they told me I had passed the baby. My doctor came in and said I had to have a D&C due to tissue being left behind. So I had that, and that all went okay. I was just in a trance, hurting so badly inside. I'd never wish this on anyone, not even an enemy. The nurses came in my room and told me I could leave in a few hours, but they wanted to leave me with the little thing what would have been the baby's going home outfit. It was a blue hat, a little white onesie, a little wristband, and then a blue brush and comb and some other little items they put in there. And they told me that it was a boy. Once again, I felt like somebody stabbed me. It was the worst feeling in the world. And then the nurses, they left me alone most of the time. Wasn't very talkative, so. I saw the kids, which did help me very much. My mom was there as well. It was nice to have them by my side. I felt like I was in a bad dream and wanted to wake up. I wanted somebody to pinch me awake. I couldn't believe this was happening. I kept thinking, I told everyone I was pregnant, and now how do I tell them that I'm not? My friends from work told everyone for me. My mom did the rest. I was so grateful no one asked me about it. I would have burst into tears and never stopped. I only wanted hugs from my kids and my mother. I didn't even want hugs from my boyfriend. I think he reminded me of the loss, and I didn't want anything to do with him at that point. I don't think the kids even knew what it all meant. They were there, but nonetheless, I don't think they really knew. And I didn't really have much to say at that time. I didn't want anyone to bring it up. I was always scared someone would, and I would have to respond. I didn't want that. I looked for a group for miscarriages, and I posted my story on there, and I had overwhelming support. They had all been through the same thing as I had. I relied on that group for a very long time. I still communicate with the members in the group. I met some women who could relate, and for that I was grateful. Things eventually got a little better, but there isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about what could have been. In my second miscarriage, it was at 13 weeks, and it didn't hurt any less than the other miscarriage. It all hurt the same to me. The loss is very big. And I want to say I had more children, so I was very happy to have given birth after these losses. It didn't take away the pain, but it felt better. It felt better that I had a baby that made it into this world with no problems. To women who might be going through or having gone through miscarriages, please know that you're not alone. If you need to talk to someone and can't seem to find anyone, there are many groups out there for you. To this day, it's very hard for me to talk about this, but I'm glad I finally am able to. It's still part of the healing. I will leave you with this quote. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk in my own garden forever. By Alfred Ginon. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.